gonna go and do a little winter walk with the Atlas. I think I have to do some shoveling for my mother as well, so we'll see how these do in the winter, in the cold winter outdoors. It's about 25 today. So we'll see how much the liner on Lion Crocs really makes a difference. See how cold my feet get, how fast they get cold. But I think with these, since the ventilation is kind of over off on the side, I think my toes will stay pretty warm. So we shall find out. We'll take Stella for a walk too. All right, we're gonna do a little shoveling with the all-terrains, see how they do with some snow. There's not a lot of snow, it's pretty packed down too, but there's maybe an inch on the driveway. That's still kind of powder that'll shovel up pretty good. So we'll see how the all-terrains do in a little snow, and then we'll go for a walk with Stella around the block. Stella. Okay, let's go. Alright, so we'll take the Atlas around the block with Stella. It's 27 degrees out, so we'll see how these do in a little cooler weather. They were fine when I was shoveling. It's warm enough today that it doesn't feel like it's freezing, you know. So we'll see how they do. There's not much of a snowpack on the ground. We'll try to walk in where there's still snow on the ground. So one thing I've noticed so far about the Atlas is they feel a little snug. They feel like they run a little small. I've adjusted the back strap to allow my foot to come back a little, but my toes are kind of right at the end on these, and these are 12s, so I don't know if it's wise to size up on these. If I had to buy them again, I'd probably go with a 13, just because I like a little more space in the toe area. I like my Crocs to fit a little more casually. So I guess it depends on the model, but these are just a little small for 12s. And another thing too is They feel like a hiking boot almost because of that tread on the bottom. It has a different like walking characteristic. Here, let me change the camera angle. We'll get it down low for some action footage, and I can still talk because I got the mini mic. All right. There we go. That should be good. So what was I talking about? The walking characteristic. They're a little clunky. They kind of feel like a hiking boot, just with that tread on the bottom. It just doesn't have that same walking characteristic that Crocs typically have with just being EVA. So that's something worth mentioning. But having that harder sole to them, they probably would do very well on softer ground, like in snow or dirt or gravel or sand or something. Just having that denser sole to them it digs in a little more on softer ground. So that makes sense because that's what these are kind of geared for. Excuse me. Is more of like an off-road type of Croc. More of like an all-terrain type of Croc. So I would say they're even more aggressive than the all-terrain Crocs. Because if you think about the tread pattern on the bottom of both of them, the all-terrain just has those kind of like traction nubs around the outside of the Croc, where these have kind of a larger section. That's that double layer of rubber. So like that whole, probably not going to show up very well, but the whole heel and then like the ball of the foot, and it wraps around to the toes, is that extra rubber. I showed it pretty good in the unboxing video of these. So I'll insert a little clip right here that shows the tread pattern on the bottom of these, in case you haven't seen that other video. These are really cool. I like the tread on them, and it's got kind of a double. A double build, I guess you could say, with the sole on it. It's got some rubber inserts, but then it's got the standard Croslite foam too, kind of in the middle here, which is nice. I always enjoy it when Crocs does that, when they add some extra like rubber traction to it, like they did with the all-terrain. These are wet. I was just outside walking in them. But they've got the little rubber inserts on these. So that's kind of cool. I like that with that they did it with the Atlas also. So that's definitely something that sets them apart from other Crocs, and just even like the all-terrain. But so far they're doing okay as far as like warmth and stuff goes in the winter here. My toes aren't really cold at all. But I've only been walking for like 10 minutes, but we'll see how it is towards the end of the walk if my feet are getting cold at all. So these are kind of a viable winter option, you could say. If you need something a little more aggressive. So these aren't uncomfortably small, they just feel like 11s. So I've got a pair of 11 Crocs, and these kind of fit like in a pair of an 11. So I don't know if that's good sizing information to go up a size on these, or if these ended up getting shrunk in the shipping, or at some point in time they were in a hot warehouse and they shrunk a little bit, but who knows. So one thing I've noticed with the all-terrains though is that they tend to fit a little smaller than like a standard classic Croc in the 12s. My all-terrains fit okay, but I noticed they are a little smaller than the classic Crocs. Noticeably more so than the Bayas too. The Bayas are a little big for their size. So if you like a kind of a snugger fitting Croc, then go with your standard size. But if you like them to be a little more roomy, I would go up to the next size up. Definitely don't go down. That's probably the best advice, just don't size down. Come on, Stella. Here's a little snowpack. Still a little slippery. There's some ice. But they feel like they're gripping a little bit better than like the those puff mucks that had me sliding. So these aren't too bad for like traction on the snowpack. They do okay. Nice we have some sunshine today. Stella, you're gonna get me tangled. Come on, you. See? Now I gotta go around it. It's always that same mailbox she likes to walk around. No, you just did it again. What are you doing? What are you doing, Missy? Your coat came unzipped. Your coat came undone. It's nice out today. Got some blue skies, a little sunshine. Ooh, there's some ice right there. So there's something else I was gonna say. I still plan on painting these. I sprayed the Bayas with that chemical compound that I picked up, the adhesion assistant for paint, for auto paint. I sprayed those Bayas and they didn't melt. So I will probably go ahead and spray down these Atlases. I don't know if that stuff is gonna work yet or not. But I'd rather paint these Atlases next than those Bayas. I just don't know what I would do on the Bayas. I've got a couple ideas that I might be able to try out, but like I've already got a solid idea that I want to do with these Atlases, because they've got like a texture pattern on the top of them. So I was gonna kind of do like a silhouette type design, or just paint the texture on the top with a few different colors, kind of transitioning from one side to the next, and then maybe even vary it from left to right from the croc, left croc to right croc. I'm not worried about trying to mirror it, because I got these new colors, new Posca marker colors that I want to try out. They're kind of like orange pinkish type colors, so I might use those and see how they look on the Atlases. Whereas with the Bayas, I'm not positive what I want to do on those yet, so I might just go ahead and do the Atlases next and paint those. I think that'll be a good video. So we'll probably do that with those this weekend while I'm off. I don't go back to work until Monday, so maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll work on the Atlases some. Give me something to do. Come on, fussy butt. Nope, don't go around that. This way, thank you. So these are okay. The tread is more aggressive on these than any of the other Crocs that I've worn. They have a little harder of an impact underfoot on concrete. Like I mentioned, they feel a little more like a boot. They're not uncomfortable, but they're not, I wouldn't say they have the classic Crocs comfort. They're just a little firmer underfoot. But if you're needing something for like off-road purposes, hiking trails, etc., these are more geared for that, you could say. And they do feel like they run a little small. So if I were to repurchase these, I would go up a size. I get a 13 instead of the 12. They might not be as bad with just regular socks. I got wool socks on, but they're just, my toes are right at the end. So they fit like a size down. I wouldn't say they're true to size. I'd say they run a little small. If my experiences are reflective of everybody else's. I just got some snow in there. I don't know if that came in through one of the breathing holes, one of the ventilation holes, or if it came in the side. We just got a little snow underfoot there. As far as warmth and stuff goes, my feet are fine. I've probably been walking for 20 minutes. Excuse me. So I guess they work for a little cooler temperatures. As long as you're moving, I don't think they'd be very warm at all if you're standing still. But between the shoveling and walking, I think I'm burning enough calories that my feet are staying warm in these. And it does help that the ventilation holes are kind of offset. They're not right above the toes. So that helps keep some of the warmth in around the toe area, keeping your feet a little warmer. So I would say they're adequate for colder weather walks. They're not as warm as any of the lined Crocs, but they're not terrible either. Like, my feet aren't freezing. I imagine my feet would be a little colder if I was just wearing a standard pair of classic Crocs walking around the block. So they're not a terrible winter walk option, but I don't know if they're the greatest either. They're kind of middle of the road, kind of mid. I think if there was more of a snowpack, they'd be a little better, a little more comfortable. But just like on straight concrete, they do feel a little firm, just having that extra like rubber outsole to them. So they're definitely geared for kind of trails and hiking and whatnot. More of like a dirt path or something, you know, a little softer underfoot type of path. So not ideal for concrete, but they're not bad. I dig them. I do wish they were a little bit bigger, but other than that, I don't really have any complaints about them. So I'm wondering if I could resize them, if I heated them up and put them on foot with some extra pairs of socks, if it would stretch them out a little bit. I don't know though, because of the rubber on the bottom, that might inhibit the flexing and stretching of the EVA. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the future, if I feel the need that I need to make these bigger, if I want to wear them a lot more, I might try to resize them. But so that'll probably wrap it up for this winter walk. I'm just getting back, so they're not too bad. Not a terrible winter option, but I'd say they're kind of better for like spring, summer, fall. I don't know if these are a really great winter option. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.